Hello, my name is Sandy and I'm from a house church in the Margaret River region, which is about 3 hours south of Perth. We're mainly farmers and most of us have 4, 5 or 6 children and grandchildren, and we also have some strong connections with some Indigenous families here. I want to share with you how my mindset has changed, particularly in the last 5 years or so. At the beginning of COVID, I had a dream about a reset, and I was resetting a grandfather clock. And the next week we were meeting at somebody's house. It was somebody new, and they proudly took me over to their grandfather clock and they showed me how to reset it. I've never had a dream like that, where I had the dream and then a week later I'm living the dream, and God was actually saying to me, I'm doing a godly reset. I also had a dream about a renovation that involved my third daughter, and she moved back from Queensland, and lo and behold, we were doing a renovation and she was helping. So during COVID, there was a group of us who were going through a very hard time, and so we prayed every morning together for about 8 months. And that was like a reset, and it was like a heavenly reset. I was already a prayer warrior. My husband was already, we were both really into prayer. But after that COVID period, and also after 12 years of intense family sickness, like we've never been through. We had one child who was just sick for so long, for 12 years. And all those things brought us to our knees even more and just built a passion within us for prayer. And even more as we're getting older. And out of that, more prayer groups have started. And at the moment, we're leading a prayer group for the Hope pastors and leaders, and to make it work over East, we have to get up really early at 5:30. But the lack of sleep and that sacrifice is really worth it. And if we're actually going to see a move of God in Australia, we need a move of prayer. And so I'm excited that it's multiplying. And I think of the Moravians who, you know, they prayed for 100 years and they'd go to other countries and take their coffins. Well, I don't know if I could do that, but the prayer that they birthed really was the birthing of the awakening in the charismatic movement that we see today. And so we really need that again. As we look heavenward, as we look towards the coming of Jesus, Australia, we desperately need more prayer. And the other thing that has really happened in our mindset, my husband and I entered into a new decade just last year. And when you turn a certain age and you get older, you want to finish well, and you want to pass on as much as possible, not only of prayer and our heart for prayer, but also to our family. So our family started with 2 of us, and now there's 16. And so we love our family, so it's really easy, but we just want to spend time with them. We want to sow into their marriages, spend one-to-one time with our grandchildren. All our adult children flew the nest. We've got 5 children. And now they're all coming back, and so we've started family prayer time together again. We used to do that when they're little, but we're praying together with them again as adult children. We're even trying to work on our creative gifts together, film and music, where we have time for God's glory. And God is really moving through families. We're praying this as a house church as well. We're seeing you can't kill a prayer. You know, we're seeing prayers answered for our family. There's more to come, but from the youngest to the oldest, an incredible example of that is that just recently, my dad, who's 92, had a dream. It said old men will dream dreams in the last days. My dad, 92, the patriarch of the family, had a dream about harvest in Australia. So I'm really encouraged, and you know, the cost of getting up at 5:30 in the morning and lacking some sleep to lead others in prayer, or the cost of going through hard things in our family, or the COVID time has been really worth it, because, no cost is too hard for Jesus. He gave it all for us, and we want to give it all back for him. So can I encourage you in this season, as you look heavenward, pray more, rise the temperature of prayer. We're seeing the temperature of prayer rise, and we're bringing heaven on earth when we do that. And invest in your family. God is moving in families, and especially those of us who are our age, as we're looking heavenward, really invest in these things. So thank you so much for listening today.